Hello, 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 Falcon family, and this is Principal Brown coming back at you with another positive moment. Look, this particular podcast episode, I'm going to be solo, coming straight to you. It has been a while, Falcon family, and there's just a couple of things I wanted to talk about in this episode, so I'm going to make it short and sweet for you. But I want to talk today to those individuals who are struggling, right? Whether you're struggling mentally with different things that are going on in your life, or individuals out there that are struggling by going through a physical ailment, if you will. Whatever it is that you are going through, that you are having just a really tough time with, I want to talk to you. And wrote this down. You heard this phrase before. The struggle is real, right? I've said it before. Some people may ask you, "Hey man, how you doing, man?" The struggle is real. And we say these phrases, we don't necessarily, I don't think we understand the complexity of what they really mean. But I want to break that term down for you, because if you're in school and you're listening to this, or a student at Winners Mill, you're listening to this, you may say, well, why am I talking about the struggle is real? Because the struggle is real because many of you that may be listening are teenagers. If you're an adult and you're listening to this, you already know the struggle is real. You have bills to pay. You have people that are looking to you to take care. You want those people are looking for you for help. You have individuals. If you are a student, you just have the struggle is real, going through normal teenage things, right? New relationships, changing relationships, the struggle of trying to balance school and personal relationships, trying to keep up with your schoolwork and have with high expectations, the relationship with your parents and people who you love. The struggle is real, right? And so I wanted to break that down a little bit, and I have 3 key points that I wanted to kind of put out there. And I will start with the first thing. And the first thing is, you have to know that this entire journey that you're on in life, not alone just this year, a lot of people break things down depending on where you are, what you're doing professionally and everything else. Luckily for me, professionally, I could break things down to a school year. Some people, their profession is different. For students, it's easy. Again, you're in it for the school year. So for many of us, we're in this 4th quarter. We're in the home stretch. We are almost to the finish line, if you will, of the school year. So you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see that finish line, but it's still difficult, right? The struggle right now where we're in this is probably the most struggling part. Anyone that's ever been in a race and you've given it all you've got, but you're in that stretch, that last part of the race, and that is when you really have to dig the deepest to finish the strongest so you can win that race. And so, number one, remember why you're on this journey. Remember why you're even in the race. Why are you even on this journey that you're on right now? So, for me, it's a reminder of why I became, a principal, why I'm in education altogether, what my purpose and my passion is. And even in the most difficult times, you have to remind yourself why you're doing this. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I doing this? What is the reason? And I know for me, The reason is always about the students. It's always about um, the lasting impact that I can have on the lives of children. And so for me, that is what I always go back to. For you, it may be something different, but you have to ask yourself, why are you working so hard? Why are you studying as hard as you are? Why are you playing all these sports? What is it that's driving you on this journey? And if you can answer that question, then that's going to help you to finish strong. Number two, understand the time limit of discomfort. Understand the time limit of discomfort. So this helps me out a lot. You helped me out a lot when, I was playing football, and many of you know that are athletes. Um, the conditioning aspect of things can be very difficult. And it will test your will. So on a hot summer day, um, trying to run, your longest is very difficult. And we used to have these long 2 and 3 day practices in the hot sun. And there were times where you were just super uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. It was unbearable. You didn't want to be out there. You didn't want to be putting forth your best effort. And in the middle of something that felt like you were dying. So you felt like this is it. Like, I can't breathe. I'm sucking wind. I just feel like I'm going to pass out. You really feel like you're just the most uncomfortable you've ever been. And the things that always flashed across my mind was, this isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to last forever. This is only going to matter for right now. But, whether it was my coaches pushing me hard, they can't have us out here all night. This practice is going to end. This situation I'm going through is going to end eventually. And so for all of you, you have to remember the journey that you're on is going to come to an end. And you know where that end is, right? That will help you to get through the difficult time, to know and to understand that it is not going to last forever. It is only going to be for a short period of time. So you might as well push your way through the best way you possibly can so you can get through the other side. So just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep pushing forward. And you will be surprised that you will make it to that finish line sooner rather than later. Number 3. So you should be a different person at the finish line. I'll say that again. You should be a different person at the finish line than when you started. Now, I have to give a shout out to the Winners Mill High School girls lacrosse team. That's right, ladies. I'm shouting you out because they had this short video of them, and it was actually rather funny. But the thing they did was to interview all the players before they ran their 1 mile test. And everybody's all happy, this is me before I do the 1 mile. And you saw smiles, they were full of energy, and you could just see they were excited about doing the mile. And they did a comparison video of what they looked like and felt like after they got finished. And it was dramatically, as you could understand, it was dramatically different. And the reason why it was different was because they had to go through a journey, a process to get that mile finished under a certain amount of time. And so they had to push themselves to finish. It wasn't just them going out there running a mile and who cares if I, what time I get so you can walk or whatever. No, they had to finish under a certain amount of time and they had to push themselves. When they got done, it was, man, this is me after running a mile, and so they were exhausted. They had spent every last bit of energy they had to try to get to that finish line. Their cheeks were red. You could just tell they had been through something. That is okay to be a different person at that finish line, to be spent, to be exhausted, mentally exhausted, to be changed or different by the things that have gone on throughout the course of a school year or throughout the course of your professional year or wherever you are. That's okay, because that changed person, through the process of pushing yourself beyond the limits that you thought that you could do, you are now a changed person, but you're a changed person for the better. Now you know how much homework you can possibly do when you didn't think you could do anymore. Now you know that you can get that grade in math class that you just honestly, before the school year, you didn't think you could do. Now you know that you can, make the basketball team, or you can do different things athletically that you didn't think that you could do. Now you know that you can go out and audition for a school play and actually get the part and do fantastic. These are things that now you know because you had to go through the journey and the process. But now on the other side, now you are a different person, but you are a different person for the better. So you should have something to smile about. You should have something to be excited about. So remember, as you are going through these things, just remember the journey and what you've already accomplished along the way. Many of you have accomplished some amazing, fantastic things in such a short period of time. And all of you should be able to look in the mirror in the morning and say, hey, man, I'm proud of myself for what I've been able to do. Everybody is on their own journey. Everybody is different, but everybody listening to the sound of my voice and listening to this should be proud of something that they were able to do this year so far. Listen, I hope this message got you guys. I hope to again squeeze out a few more guests before this school year is actually over. So please stay tuned to that. And again, I'm excited to bring the Encore Podcast to you, where again, we bring you more of what you all want, the content. We will be back as soon as possible. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.